Hi friend, welcome to your Total Body Barre Sculpt workout. I am so happy you've decided to join me. Let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, we'll begin with a brief warm-up, and your first warming exercise will be a forearm plank hold. So join me on the floor in a forearm plank. You want to bring your elbows down to the ground and then step your feet back behind you. Now listen to your alignment cues as you hold. See that your shoulders are stacked above your elbows, your belly is firm, spine is long, hips are in line with your shoulders, tailbone is neutral, feet are set to hip width apart, and your heels are lifted high. Now, it's not just about your abdomen. Can you fire up your quads and engage your inner thighs? Let this be a total body workout for you. Fix your gaze down at the mat. Create a neutral spine and neutral neck. You're almost out of this. Give me a couple more moments. And go ahead and lower your knees to the floor. Thumbs up. Alrighty, stand up tall. We have a knee march with an overhead pull down. So you'll simply march in place one leg at a time as you pull your arms down. Okay, it won't be a big deal. So stand up tall, arms overhead. You'll march your right knee up, pull your elbows down, reach overhead, exchange your legs, pull your elbows down, and then reach back up. Now we'll start off nice and slow so you can get the hang of this movement, and then you'll have the option to quicken your pace. All right, so if you feel comfortable, you can quicken your pace and join me. Otherwise, you'll stay nice and slow. Do not go faster than this. Stay with me. You've got it. When you lift your knee, lift it to hip height and allow that movement to originate from your transverse abdominis. That's it, your lower belly region. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Keep lifting up through the crown of your head. Keep drawing navel to spine. Soften your tailbone. Now think about the muscles that are working for you. You should feel a lot of work in the shoulder region. That's it. And your hip flexors are working, so you'll feel this in your quad region as well. Almost done. Last one. And you're out. Thumbs up. Alrighty, moving into a low lunge series. Find the right end of your mat and turn into profile. From there, set your feet to hip width apart. You'll take a good breath in. As you exhale, roll down one vertebra at a time. Let your neck and head go. Plant your hands, step your left foot back, find a low lunge. Front knee stacked above your ankle. Now listen, plant your left hand down. And then as you inhale, you'll reach your right arm sky high. And then exhale, come back down to center. So you'll inhale, lift your arm. And exhale, come back to center. That's it. We'll be here for just a little bit. We're warming our lower half while working on opening the chest. Beautiful. Inhale, lift your arms sky high. Exhale, navel to spine, unwind. Last couple moments. Give me one more right here. Take a good breath in. Let it go. Find your low lunge. Now listen, plant your right hand, step your right foot back, find a high plank. We'll take opposite hand to opposite shoulder. So you'll take your right hand to your left shoulder and then switch sides. That's it. Let's warm up our core a little bit more here. This is a total body exercise as well. Shoulders, arms, everything is working for you. That's it. Breathe through it. Keep pressing down through your toes. Keep rebounding up through your heels. Almost out before we find the other side. Okay, find stillness right after this one. All right, hold it nice and still. Step your left foot forward, keep your right leg back, low lunge. Left knee above ankle. Now listen, plant your right hand down. You'll take a good breath in, sweep your left arm sky high, open your chest, and then exhale, come back to center. Gather it in, and then let it go. Beautiful. Let your eye gaze track your movement. So when you unwind, allow your eye gaze to look down at the floor. When you reach your arm sky high, allow your eye gaze to trace the ceiling. Almost out. Last couple moments right here. Give me one more. Good breath in, make it worth your while. Good breath out. Now listen, you'll take your back foot, step it forward, find a forward fold. Let your neck and head go, bend your knees as much as you need to, and maybe you ragdoll, take opposite hand to opposite elbow, and find a gentle sway from one side to the other. Couple more moments. Find stillness, release your arms, and begin to roll up one vertebra at a time. Stack your spine with intention and rise up tall. All right, my friend, moving into lower body. Grab your chair and grab your yoga block. We'll find an elevator utilizing your yoga block. Now make sure your chair is nice and sturdy, no wheels on your chair. Alrighty, so you'll be facing the back of your chair. Now turn your block so it's nice and skinny and place it between your inner thighs. Now turn to face the back of your chair. You're about forearms distance away. From here, rock onto your toes, lift your heels, okay? And then you'll bend your knees. Lower your hips straight down. Hold it here for a moment. Okay, so block is between your inner thighs. You really want to squeeze in on your block. Relax your tailbone 1 inch. It's down 1 inch, up 1 inch, lower, and lift, bend, and squeeze. Okay, so as you move, listen to your alignment cues. Your feet are set to hip width apart. Can you lift your heels a little bit higher? Yes, you can. Your knees are bent, alrighty, and your yoga block is placed between your inner thighs. Can you squeeze in on your block just a little bit more? Tailbone neutral, belly firm, spine is upright. Good, and you're lifting up through the crown of your head. Now for more of a challenge, take your hands to heart center prayer or keep them placed on the back of your chair for extra support. Now when you rise up, squeeze in on your yoga block, okay? And then keep that tight squeeze as you lower your hips. You've got this. Continue to breathe. Let your breath be supportive. Allow it to be organic. You're not forcing anything here. Good. Can you get down a little lower? Come up a little less. Change is coming. You've got this, my friend. Now listen, hold it nice and low. Okay, we're gonna find a 2 count. Lower down for 2 and then rise up and squeeze. So we drop it down for 2, lift for 2. So when you rise up, keep a bend in your knees. The temptation would be to fully straighten your legs, but you want to stay in your work zone throughout the entirety of this 2 count range of motion. That's it. Think about lifting your heels a little bit higher. Keep pressing down through the balls of your feet. That's it. Keep squeezing in on your yoga block. Be intentional with your movement. You've got this. Make sure that your spine is not hinging forward nor hinging back. Your spine is straight up and down, shoulders stacked above your hips. Can you take your hands to heart center prayer? Challenge your balance for a moment. You've got this. Lift your heels a little higher. Dig deep. You're almost out of your 2 count range of motion. That's it. Now listen, I want you to hold it nice and low. We'll start to squeeze in on our yoga block. Alrighty, so squeeze in on your block right here. Squeeze, squeeze. That's it. Now, I know that your yoga block is somewhat hard, but just envision creating an indent on both sides of your block. All right? Keep squeezing in on your yoga block. Allow that to really activate your inner thighs, okay? Sink down 1 more inch. Lift up nice and tall through the crown of your head and keep breathing. Remember, your breath is a tool that will support you in your postures. Not only does it take you deeper into your postures, but it also enables you to have longevity in each posture. You've got this. You're almost out before we find a heel raise. Give me 3, 2, last 1, hold. Okay, now listen, lower your heels and then lift them high. So we tap them down and then we lift them up. So naturally your legs will straighten just a little bit as you lower your heels, but avoid standing straight up. Keep a bend in your knees the entire time. Maybe you take your hands to heart center prayer, add a bit of intensity to the mix. You've got this. Can you sink down just a little bit more? Take a mental note of where you feel this in your body, okay? Know that you are getting stronger every rep you commit to. You're almost out. You've got this, my friend. Earn your finish line right here. Good. Navel to spine. Give me 4 more. Because you're worth it, let's go. For 2, 1 more. Lift your heels, now hold. You have about a 10-second hold. Lift your arms overhead. Bend your knees, drop your hips a little bit more. Lift your heels a little higher. For 3, 2, last one. And stand up tall. Such great work. All right, my friend, ditch your chair. Keep your yoga block nice and handy. We'll move into a sumo squat series. Place your yoga block on the floor, and then from there, you'll set your feet nice and wide. Alrighty, if you don't have a yoga block, you'll just lift your left heel. Now set your feet wide, okay? And then place your left foot on top of your yoga block. Be aware that your yoga block can move from underneath you, so just be mindful. You can broaden your right foot a little bit more if that's more comfortable. Bend your knees and squat down, butt back, heart forward, belly firm. We'll find a 2 count. We'll drop it low. It's down for 2, and then it's up and squeeze. So we lower and squat, rise and lift. Okay, so you're welcome to create your own rhythm. Avoid moving faster than my pace. You want to be mindful here, especially because our feet are uneven. You really want to be intentional with your movement. Now listen to your alignment cues as you move here. So your heels are on the same line, but your left foot is obviously elevated because you've placed it on your yoga block. Your toes are turned out, and your knees track in line with your second toes as you bend and squat. Hips press back behind you as you lean your torso forward. Alrighty, allow your belly to be firm throughout the entirety of this exercise. Protect your lower back. Really press down through your feet. Feel your hamstrings work for you, especially as you lower and then begin to rise. Okay, now hold it low. You're gonna pulse your hips. Here you go. Back 1 inch, back 1 inch. Now you're pressing your hips back, but you're also dropping them down slightly. So it's like back and down, back and down. That's it. Keep your heart bright. Allow your collarbones to be expansive, belly to be firm. Keep rooting down through your feet. You've got this. Keep your knees bent. That's it. Keep it up, girl. Breathe. This is icing on the cake. You've got it. You're fine tuning here. I know it burns, but you are worth this challenge. Last couple moments. Give me 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold. Okay, listen, rise up tall and move your yoga block over to the right. Okie dokie. Go ahead and set your feet a little bit outside of your hips. Make sure that your heels are on the same line. You can move your yoga block around if you need to. Remember, it's nice and skinny. Place your right foot on top of your yoga block, and then from there, you can widen your left foot a little bit more to the side. Okay, 2 count, you're gonna pick it up. Here you go. So bend your knees, drop it low, and then lift up and squeeze. So it's down for 2, and then it's up for 2. That's it. You've been here before. Good. Just breathe. I would exhale to rise and inhale to squat low. So take a mental note of what the yoga block is doing. Alrighty, compare this to a traditional sumo squat. Do you feel it more in your hamstrings, maybe a little bit more in your glutes than you do in a traditional squat? There's no right or wrong answer, but I can say that I definitely felt this more in my hamstrings and a little bit more in my booty than a traditional sumo squat. Wherever you're at, really press down through your feet. And remember, if you don't have a yoga block, you're just simply lifting up through your right heel and pressing down through your right toes. When you squat low, make sure that your knees track in line with your second toes. Avoid them buckling in. Last couple moments right here. Give me 1 more time up, press down, and then lower into your deep squat. Now listen, you're gonna press your hips back and down, 1 inch. That's it. Keep your knees bent the entire time. Keep pressing down through your feet. Keep wrapping in through your abdomen. That's it. Let your heart shine bright. Good. Just breathe. Let your breath be supportive. Don't shy away from the work. Stay in your work zone. Earn your finish line. You're almost out of this. I promise you. You've got this. You're more than halfway there. Can you move a little smaller? Can you work a little bit lower? Spend more time lowering than you do lifting. That's it. How about 4 more? 3, 2, last one. Hold. Rise up tall. Such great work. You can shake out your legs if you need to. Now grab your yoga block and set your feet outside of your hips. Toes turn out. Listen, you're going to squat down. Tap your block to the floor. Rise up. Reach your block out in front. Okay, so as you squat down, your block taps the floor. As you rise up, you reach your block out in front of you as if it were a direct extension of your chest. Beautiful. You've got this. Really reach your butt back, bend your knees, drop your seat, lean your torso slightly forward. Can you squeeze your inner thighs in as you lift? Can you firm your glutes in together as you rise up tall? Press down through your feet. Good, you've got this. You're almost done with your full range of motion, and we'll find one more round of small range of motion before we move on. I promise you. Your finish line is closer than you think. You've got this, girl. Okay, hold it nice and low. Ditch your yoga block. Hands can come to heart center prayer and just pulse it out. Okay, this is no stranger to you. You have been here before a couple times. So allow muscle memory to kick in. All right, keep your knees in line with your toes. Really call on your outer booty. You've got this. Hamstrings are working too. Pretty much everything in your lower half is working. You've got it. Dig down through your feet. Dig deep. Get your grit. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Stand up tall. Holy smokes. That was some leg series. Okay, grab your light handheld weights. We'll come into a wide second shoulder series. So you'll set your feet outside of your shoulders, turn your toes out, you'll bend your knees and drop your hips straight down. From there, you'll reach your weights overhead. Okay, this won't be a big deal, I promise you. Now listen, spine is upright, belly is firm, tailbone is neutral. Arms overhead. Lift your right heel. You'll bend your elbow, bring it down for 2, and then lift it up for 2. Just your right arm. We'll start slow. Okay, now you're welcome to pick up the pace here. So it's down and up, bend, and press. So listen up here. Your right heel is lifted high. Okay, your left arm is reaching sky high and it's staying static. The only thing moving is your right arm performing a shoulder press. If you need to modify, you can take your left hand and rest it on your hip. All right, totally up to you. Can you lift your right heel a little bit higher? Press your knees slightly back. Get down 1 more inch. You're almost out. Last one. Hold it up. Switch out your heels, and then you'll move your left arm. So we'll start slow. Down for 2, up for 2. Lower, and then press. Here's your single count. It's down and up, bend, and press. Now, if this single count is too fast, obviously you just take it down a notch. That's totally fine. So there's a temptation, A, to lower your left heel, and then B, to rise out of your stance. So can you lift your heel higher, and can you get down 1 more inch? Yes, you can. Keep breathing. You are stronger than you think you are, my friend. You've got this. Coming up, we'll lower our left heel and we'll find a chest press. All right, last one. Good job. Okay, now listen, lower your heel. Reach your arms out to a T position. You'll rise up, draw your weights together, bend your knees, take it out to the side. So you rise and squeeze, lower and open. That's it. Now, if this is too much for your shoulders, you can certainly put your weights down. That's totally fine. And you can always work with your arms lower than shoulder height. Listen to your body. I totally understand that this is shoulder heavy. So just really tune in to what your body needs, okay? There's no right or wrong here, but make sure you're moving slow with me, with or without weights. Then you press down through your feet and then push down through your feet to rise. Shoulders, upper back, and chest, they're all working hard for you here. Okay, let them work together. Beautiful. Keep breathing. Exhale, rise and squeeze. Inhale, lower. Last one, you've got this. Bring it down, lift up, and you're done. Thumbs up. Okay, you only need one of your weights here. We have a hammer, hamstring curl combo. So you'll root down through your right foot, you'll extend your left leg behind you, and then from there you'll bend your knee and bend your right elbow. Okay, it'll all make sense, I promise you. So you want to root down through your right foot, reach your left leg behind you, lean your torso forward. Now bend your back knee, bend your right elbow, extend your arm and leg, and then bend your elbow and knee. So you reach and extend, bend, and squeeze. Modification would be to work higher, okay, throughout your upper body. Otherwise, find a generous bend in your standing leg and lean your torso forward. Now be mindful of your abdomen. Can you wrap it around your lower back like a corset? Navel to spine. You've got it, my friend. Now you can stay nice and slow, or you can find a single count. So we extend, bend, and reach. That's it. Keep pressing down through your standing foot. Keep softening through your tailbone. Good job. I would inhale to bend, exhale to reach and extend. That's it. You'll feel your triceps, biceps, and hamstrings. Now listen, keep your left knee bent here, but extend your right arm behind you, and then just start to lift your right arm and lift your back leg up an inch, squeeze, and squeeze. It's a very subtle range of motion, so no need to get crazy with it. In fact, the smaller you move, the more effective it will be. You're almost out. Give these next few reps everything you have. You've got it, girl. Keep lifting and squeezing, and you're done. Thumbs up to you, my friend. Let's switch it out. So grip your weight with your left hand. You'll go ahead and root down through your left leg. Extend your right leg behind you. Lean forward. Now listen. Bend your left elbow. Bend your right knee. You know the drill. You'll reach and extend your arm and leg behind you, and then bend your knee, bend your elbow. Reach and extend, bend, and curl. So you have your left arm and right leg moving together. Beautiful. It won't be perfect, but remember, like I've mentioned before, it's truly the effort you're putting forth that matters, okay? So just stick with it. Now coming up, you'll have the option to move a little bit faster, but know that you can always stick with this slower pace. Okay, so here is your faster range of motion. It's extend and then a bend, reach and curl. Good work. Try to take momentum out of the equation and allow your muscles to take over here. That's it. Take a mental note once again of where you feel this in your body. Connect your mind to your body. Visualize your muscles working for you, allowing this range of motion to happen. Okay, now listen. Keep your knee bent, extend your arm, and then just pulse. Up, up. That's it. So the key here is to keeping your right thigh lifted and to keeping your left arm nice and long. Point through your toes, extend through your left arm. Good job. Stay hinged forward. Stay bent throughout your standing leg, and just breathe. You're fine-tuning here. This is the icing on the cake. Embrace it. You're almost out. Last couple moments. Hold, and then stand up tall. Great work. Okay, grab your other weight. We'll come into a seated bicep curl. You'll sit down on your butt, bend your knees, plant your feet, lean your torso back, and reach your arms to a low V. Alrighty, so join me on the floor. Get situated. Arms to a low V. Now listen, you'll bend your elbows, lift your upper body, extend your arms, lean your torso back. So you curl and lift, lower, lean back. In just a few reps, you'll have the option to quicken your pace, but like I've mentioned throughout this workout, you always have the option to move slower, okay? So you wanna be mindful of your body, yet challenge your body, okay? Keep your tummy wrapped in like a corset. Okay, now listen, here's your single cow. So it's back and then curl. Lean back and curl. Beautiful. Use your imagination. Envision as if you are using 20-pound weights here, okay? Allow your weights to feel heavy. Allow gravity to add a little bit of extra resistance, okay? Embrace it. You've got this. Keep breathing. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, lift and curl. In just a couple reps, we'll hold it back and then lift our feet off of the floor. You've got it. One more time, up. Now stay hinged back. Lift your feet off of the floor, keep your knees bent, and give me micro bicep curls. So lift your arms a little higher. That's it. You can always lower your toes to tap the floor. Otherwise, keep your feet lifted for a bonus challenge. You are not here forever, so give it everything you have right here. Be laser focused, be intentional with your movement. Okay, it's a micro bicep curl. Feel your biceps working for you. Keep your forearms lifted. You're almost out. Last couple. That's it. And you're done. Ditch your weights. Good work, my friend. Okay, coming into a tricep dip with a leg lift. This one is a lot of fun. It's gonna bring the heat, but remember, you can do it. So, plant your hands behind you, okay? Keep your left foot planted. Extend your right leg out in front of you. Lift it sky high and soften your elbows. Now listen, as you straighten your arms, you'll lower your leg. As you bend your elbows, you'll lift your leg. You've got this. As you bend your elbows, point them straight behind you. Keep your chest bright, belly firm. You've got this. Now you can always lower your right foot and find a traditional tricep dip. Otherwise, allow your lower half to be involved, okay? It's your right leg moving. That's it. Keep breathing. Coming up, we'll switch legs. I know this one is challenging, but you know what? It is so worth your while. Switch out your legs, okay? Bend your elbows, reach your leg up, straighten your arms, lower your leg. All right, mind-body connection. Get focused here and just breathe. I would exhale when it's hardest and inhale when it's easiest. You've got it, girl. Chin off chest. Keep your heart bright. Last couple moments. You've got this. Last one. Straighten your arms and let it go. Thumbs up. Okay, grab your resistance band. I'm using a heavier band, so you're welcome to go heavier or you can go lighter. You'll place your resistance band around the middle of your thighs and then you'll come down onto your left side body. So you'll step your feet through your resistance band and then you'll encourage it all the way up to the middle of your thighs. Make sure it's above your knees, not on your knees. You'll come down onto your left elbow. All right, make sure that your shoulder stacks above your elbow. Hips are stacked, bottom leg stays planted. Bottom knee can stay soft. Extend your top leg. Keep it elevated. Point through your toe. Find a 1 inch. Up and down. Lift and lower. That's it. Woo, just breathe. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift and squeeze. Now listen, in just a little bit, I'll show you a modification. But if you notice right away this is creating tension in your shoulder or neck region, you can just lie all the way down on your side body and cup your head with your hand, okay? Totally up to you, no right or wrong. Obliques will be working here as well, oddly enough. So envision them wrapping in like a corset. You got it. Belly firm. Can you keep your right leg a little higher? So avoid lowering too far, okay? Really work on the lift. Now here's your modification that I had previously mentioned not too long ago. Now coming up, we'll find an even smaller range of motion, okay? So hold and then just begin to pulse your leg up an inch, up an inch, up an inch. Okie dokie. Really embrace the resistance that your mini loop resistance band is creating for you, okay? It's not against you, it is for you, it is making you stronger. Every rep you commit to, you are getting stronger, okay? Embrace it. Meditate on that just for a moment. Give me 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, last one, hold, and then come on out. Burns so good. All right, girl, let's switch sides. Come down onto your right side body, shoulder stacked above your elbow, hips stacked, bottom leg down. You can keep your bottom knee soft. Extend your top leg, point through your toe, 1 inch. It's up and down, lift and lower. Yep, that's it. You got this. Just breathe. I would exhale to lift and squeeze, inhale, lower, and regroup. Now you can take your modification right away if this is creating tension in your shoulder or neck in a negative way. Otherwise, stay propped up with me. Think about pointing through your toe. So we're creating length as we strengthen. Where do you feel this? Outer hip, outer booty region, right? Your glute meats. You've got this. Your abductors are working for you. Now here's your modification. That's it. Coming up, we'll find our smaller range of motion. It won't be a big deal. It'll be icing on the cake, okay? Lift a little higher, come down a little less. Move with intention. Now hold, pulse it out. It's up and up. Don't waste your time coming down. Good. Put your efforts into lifting your leg. Up an inch, squeeze, squeeze. You've got this. I'm with you, my friend. Breathe. I know it burns. Tell yourself you can, and guess what? You can. Mind over matter right here. You're almost out. Do not quit. Give me 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold. Now you can come out. Such great work. Okay, keep the band where it is. Come onto all fours, and we'll find a banded knee raise. It won't be a big deal. In fact, this might feel good. So hands, place them underneath your shoulders, and then place your knees underneath your hips. From here, flex your right heel. Take a good breath in. Exhale, press your heel up towards the ceiling, and then inhale, lower. So we exhale, lift and squeeze, inhale, lower, and resist. It's up for 2, down for 2. We'll move nice and slow here. There's no need to rush. Now my band is a little bit heavier, so my range of motion is limited. You might notice if you're using a lighter band that your range of motion is bigger than mine, and that's okay. And wherever you're at, just make sure that you're not dumping into your lower back. So you really want to firm your belly in order to support your low back. If you feel like you're creating a sway back, decrease your range of motion, okay? Almost out of this full range, and then we'll find a small range of motion. That's it. Okay, last time down. Now lift it up, hold at your challenge point, and then pulse. Pulse. Lift your thigh, press your heel up towards the ceiling. Good. Lift and squeeze, lift and squeeze. Now, there is a temptation to lower your thigh, especially as you become fatigued. Just try to work around that and lift your thigh a little higher. Mind over matter. You've got this. Almost out, and then we'll switch sides. Hold and let it go. Okay, let's get into it. Come back to all fours. Flex your left heel. It'll be a 2 count. Take a good breath in. As you exhale, press your heel up towards the ceiling, and then inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, lower with control. Okie dokie. Take a mental note of where you're feeling this. Hamstrings, the base of your butt, which is your gluteal fold. Can you think about taking that work from the top of your hamstrings, the base of your glutes, all the way to the top of your seat? Okay, cover the main bulk of your glutes here. Now, your standing glutes, so your right glutes, will be working as well. Even though your right leg is not moving, it is working hard to keep you stabilized in this posture. Okay, so just embrace it. You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Keep your heart square to the floor. Keep it bright. You can make a fist with your hands and come onto them if your wrists are feeling tender. Now listen, last time down, you're gonna lift it up and then pulse, pulse. Lift and squeeze, lift and squeeze. That's it. Can you pull your right hip back and then nudge your left hip forward and slightly down? Lengthen through the crown of your head. Promote a long neutral spine. You've got this. Fix your gaze down at the floor. Just breathe. Yep, you've got it. You're worth this challenge. I promise you, my friend. You're almost out. Last couple. Hold and let it go. Such great work, my friend. That'll do it for booty work. Let's move into ab work. Lie down on your back and we'll find an alternating leg lower with an arm press. So once you're on your back, you'll reach your legs sky high and then you'll extend your arms behind you. Okay, so take a good breath in. As you exhale, lower your right leg, lift your upper body, press your arms down, and then as you lift your leg up, inhale and reach your arms behind you. You'll move your legs one at a time. Okay, so you're alternating from one side to the other. So as you lower your leg, you're lifting your upper body and pressing your arms down with purpose. As you lift up, you can draw your chin slightly down towards your chest. Nothing major, but just a little bit that will help to relax your neck. Okay, good. Let your eye gaze follow your movement. Keep switching out your legs one at a time. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower with control. You're almost out of this. No need to rush. Move a little bit slower. Good work. Keep pointing through your toes. Give me one more round. Each side. Last one, left leg. Lower and hug your knees into your chest. Thumbs up. Alrighty, I'm officially obsessed with this next move. It's an extended leg hip lift. So you'll remain on your back. Okay, you'll reach your legs sky high, point through your toes, take an inhale. Exhale, lift your hips straight up while keeping your legs straight and then lower down with control. Now you're welcome to join me in terms of your upper body. So what you can do is bend your elbows and plant your fingertips behind your shoulders. For me, this enables me to anchor down through my shoulders without straining my upper body. Therefore, I'm able to take that intensity and shift it to my lower abdomen. Now listen, your upper abs will be working as well, so don't be alarmed if you start to feel the heat spreading throughout your entire abdomen. Embrace it. You are getting stronger. Think about lifting straight up through your toes. Okay, so it's straight up and then lower with control. Can you straighten your legs a little bit more? You can obviously find a gentle bend in your knees like I'm doing here, especially when you're fatigued or tight in your hamstrings. That'll just happen. Okay, one more right here. Make it worth your while. And come on out. Okay, moving into a high plank double knee driver. You'll plant your hands underneath your shoulders and then you'll step your feet back behind you, kissing your big toes together. Now your range of motion, you'll draw your right knee forward to kiss your right elbow and then you'll draw it over to center before switching to the other side. So as you exhale, right knee, right elbow, draw it to center, step it back and switch sides. Find your breath. I would exhale when it's most challenging and inhale when it's easiest, okay? Move as slow as you need to. There's a temptation to rush, but avoid doing that. In fact, move a little bit slower, all right? You're not here for more than 45 seconds in total, okay? And you're way more than halfway there, okay? So stay with it, dig deep, get your grit. You can do this. You'll give me one more round. Right leg, that's it, step it back, left side, finish with strength, hold, and then lower your knees. Such great work. Okay, one more ab exercise. Grab one of your light handheld weights and stand up tall. We'll find a standing side body crunch. And you'll root down through your left foot as you extend your right leg to the side and as you reach your right arm up and over to your left. Left hand can come to hip. Now lift your right leg. Inhale, exhale, pull elbow and knee together, and then inhale, reach it long. Exhale, bend and squeeze. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Moving slow. and thoughtfully here. Really think about the muscles that are working for you. So you should really feel this throughout your side core. On the right side, your obliques. Feel them cinching in like a corset. That's it. Shorten the distance between your ribs and your hip as you pull elbow and knee together. And then think about creating distance between your ribs and your hip as you lengthen. That's it. You're almost out before we switch sides. Remember, exhale, elbow and knee together, and then inhale, reach it apart. One more. Make this your best rep yet. And come out. Okay, let's switch. Root down through your right foot, left leg to the side, weight in left hand, reach your left arm up and over. Take an inhale, exhale, pull elbow and knee together, and then inhale, create length. That's it. Balance will be challenged, that's okay. Part of the fun. No need to be perfect here. We're looking for progress, not perfection. Okay, so just keep moving, keep breathing, encourage yourself, tell yourself you can. Tell yourself you're strong. Tell yourself that you are worth finishing this workout with strength. Almost done, I promise you. And then we'll find a brief cool down before we part ways. You've got this, my friend. Last couple reps. Feel your obliques hugging in like a corset. Can you give me one more right here? Best rep yet. Squeeze. Reach it long, finish strong. And let it go. Thumbs up. Okay, you've arrived at your cool down and you have definitely earned it. Let's start off with a wide forward fold. So you'll set your feet nice and wide outside of your shoulders. Toes can turn out. Now listen, you'll inhale, reach your arms overhead, and then exhale, swan dive forward. Find your wide forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to. And then from here, you can ragdoll. Take opposite hand to opposite elbow and find a gentle sway. From your right to your left. Let your neck and head be heavy. Find stillness, release your arms. Bend your right knee, straighten your left leg. Shift it to the other side, bend your left knee, straighten your right leg. And then just continue to alternate from one side to the other. No need to rush. This should feel good for your body. One more time each side. Send your hips back. Come back to center. Now listen, toe heel your feet to hip width apart. And then begin to roll up one vertebra at a time. Chin is the last to lift. Okay, quad stretch. You'll bend your right knee. Capture your foot with your right hand. Belly firm. And then optional to reach your left arm sky high. Think about pointing your right knee straight down. And then think about pressing your foot into your hand. That's it. Release and we'll switch sides. Root down through your right foot. Bend your left knee. Capture your foot with your left hand. And reach your right arm sky high. Point your left knee straight down. And think about pressing your foot into your hand. Keep breathing. You've got this. And release. Alrighty, we'll find a shoulder stretch. So stretch your right arm across your chest and capture your form with your left hand. And just breathe. It should feel really good. We'll switch sides. Left arm reaches across your body. Capture your form with your right hand. No need to force anything here. Just let it be. Let it go. Let's find a chest opener, option 1. You'll keep your hands free of one another. Otherwise, interlace your fingers and press your knuckles down as you draw your shoulder blades in towards one another. Keep your heart bright. You've got this. Tailbone neutral. And let it go, my friend. All right, tricep stretch. Bend your right elbow. Take your left hand on top of your right elbow. And then optional here to lean it up and over to your left, creating a side body stretch on the right side. Come back to center and then switch. Left elbow bent. And then you can lean it up and over to your right. Left side body stretch. Find center, and then we'll find one more stretch. So take your arms to a low V, draw your chin to your chest, and then roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. Let your breath ebb and flow. Let this feel good. Come back to center and roll your left ear over to your left shoulder. Hold it here for a brief moment. Roll your chin back to your starting position. Hold it here for a moment. Feel gravity in a positive way, and then lift your chin. We'll take one round of breath. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, press your palms together, and you're welcome to hinge forward. Well, way to go. You were awesome. So proud of you, and I will see you for our next workout. Bye.